So the finals, we'll get into game one, but last night, OKC bounced back, really put it on the Pacers, which I had a feeling was going to happen. That line was -11, and I thought it wasn't enough for the type of game that was going to be. So, KD, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, my thoughts are I feel like Oklahoma City is going to win in 6. Obviously, the Pacers are a worthy opponent, so you can't sleep on them. Haliburton made a hell of a shot, in that game one. He's a clutch player. He's been the best clutch player in the playoffs. But, man, OKC, they just have too much. Caruso comes off the bench, makes 4 threes, and has 20 points, and is a lockdown defender. Wiggins stepped up last night, came out and had 18 points off the bench.
I think he had 5 threes, right? Or 6 threes?
I think it was 5 threes he had. Yep. But defensively, man, Indiana's a team who has to break the paint, right? They get that blender started, get in the paint, and then they're driving and kicking, getting easy layups, drop-offs, and things like that. And Oklahoma City, man, they keep you out of the paint. I don't believe they scored a point in the paint that first quarter.
They're on your ass. I mean, from the minute that you inball that ball, they're on you.
Yeah. It's like old school college style where they're picking up 94 feet. You know what I mean? They're helping, they're talking.
Well, that's the luxury of being young.
To be young and athletic, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and you're really seeing that come together, which usually doesn't, but with that team, my God, and being led by SGA, which is undeniable. Jokic is there, but I think SGA is 1B. Best player in the
Absolutely.
In the world.
And I think that's a consensus across the board. A lot of things that he doesn't get credit for is his defense. Like defensively, those guys, just because he goes out and scores 30 points, he's not a liability on defense. You're not hunting him out. He gets his hands on balls. He plays in the passing lane. He gives resistance. He stays in front of his guy. And so, he's just a complete basketball player.
Right. Nev?
Yeah, so my thoughts are Indiana takes back home court advantage. Very surprising. I knew they had to steal. I mean, we said it.
Yeah.
They had to steal one. They had to, or else
they literally stole one.
Yeah, they did.
Because it could have gotten really ugly.
Yeah.
But now, I think they got a fighter's chance, man. I really do. They got a fighter's chance. Let's say they get game 3, right? They get game 3. Big pressure swings on OKC.
Facts.
Big pressure changes the dynamic. You never know if you've never been in that situation.
I mean, if you're the Pacers, you're happy coming back home 1-1.
You have to
it's
be.
what you. It's all you hoped for.
You have to be.
To be up 2-0 going back home was not practical.
Right.
I just think it's a better series than maybe we all thought it would be.
I thought, and I said this on the show, I thought that Knicks or them, I think the Pacers would give OKC more of a series than the Knicks would. And I think we're here. Let's see what this game 3 looks like, right? Because OKC's jumped out to big leads in both games. And it happened to be that the Pacers came back and Haliburton saved them, right? But let's see what game 3 looks like. And I think game 3 is going to be an indication of what this series is going to be.
Yeah, and Hallie's been he's responded every time to adversity, right? I think in their losses he's averaging about 11 points a game, and he always bounces back. Last night he had 5 turnovers. He's had some 20-assist games with 1 or no turnovers. Right. So they'll be better. They'll be in their home court. They weren't terrible last night. I mean, they had 7 guys in double figures.
I noticed.
Right? Yeah. So they got a deep team. They play their brand of basketball. But I'm just saying, I just think it's the time for the Thunder.
I can't disagree with you.
Yeah, it's their time.
Look forward to it. It's better finals, I think, than most anticipated.
Yeah, it is. Let me ask you a question, Katie. I've been wondering this, and I really was noticing. Do you feel like it's like the same finals, like the advertisement of the finals and like the logos on the court, which they have the finals logo, but it's just the same that it was back? Cause it had like a special feeling back then. I don't see it now that way.
Yeah,
it feels kind of like, I don't know, weird.
I don't know if it's because they're smaller market teams.
That's what it is.
I think, aesthetically, it's better when you're in the building because those buildings really rock when you're in there, right? Those small markets that Oklahoma has and that Indiana has, they got a great fan base locally,
right?
But they don't maybe have the sponsorship, advertising, the creativity that some of the bigger markets have, right? So it kind of looks that way.
Yeah.
But man, it's some damn good basketball being played.
Unbelievable.
That's a great
basketball.
point, Andy.
Yeah.
But when you think back of the NBA, and this is when Katie was a young pup before he got into his NBA dream, right? When you used to see those old Lakers against the Sixers, man, and they're singing "I Love LA," going through the thing, like watching it at that time on CBS, man, it was just incredible, man. You could feel the vibe as a fan watching Jack Nicholson with the thing and the music, and I love it, and all the celebrities and this and that, and that's what you're referring to.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that.
You know, and the Beat LA, and the Boston Psychos, and Katie played there, so he knows what that fan base is like. That's what you're referring to.
I even went to the finals for the Denver Miami. I went to 2 games. I went to game 3 and 4. It got killed. But anyways, I went to that. It didn't feel like how it felt back when LeBron and D Wade were here. That it felt like a finals. I don't know.
Because that was a rock star phase.
What it could be here is there's actually a nice little quote or a graphic that came out was saying that the Larry O'Brien trophy is not in half court anymore either.
Right.
So that builds to the atmosphere of how big this really is. What means to it is visually you see what they're always competing for. So it builds that drive as they look down.
I think I see
court.
it like on the basket. You see the Larry O'Brien trophy, but you don't see it on the court like it used to. All you see is YouTube now.
Right.
Like the big YouTube signs, and then they got the finals on this side of the court and on this side of the court.
Welcome,
but it doesn't.
Welcome to marketing in the year of 2025.
Right. Even the logo, the Larry O'Brien trophy used to sit right here. Now it's a sponsorship. Now it's sitting back here where you can barely see it, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. Well, that's
It's money. I know it's all about money.
To kind of add to the point here, and it's a little sidetrack, but WWE had the same issue when the previous owner, which was McMahon, he never allowed any sponsorships on the canvas of the wrestling ring. And now people complained that all you saw was sponsorships all over the ring, and it didn't give the same atmosphere as you just see the WWF logo in the center, and everybody sees it, and everybody's
It's like too commercialized. I don't know.
Is there any difference to the NFL or anything else?
Right.
This is the world we live in, man.
Right.
Everything is a marketing. I mean, you're wearing a hat on your head, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you?
It used to be the only show in town, right? Now you can, see these guys on social media. You know what I mean? Like they're so much more reachable and touchable, and so much more access to the guys that you kind of lose some of the mystique a little bit.
Right. And it's not what I'm accustomed to. We'll get used to it. That's the way things go.